Let's make it a good day.
Coming up today, Netflix is going big on the Free Britney movement with a new tell-all documentary. But what does Brit think of it?
I just want my life back.
We have it in the hot dish. Then, it's the most, okay, I'm not going to sing. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Hallmark Channel has released their list of the 8,004 Christmas movies headed our way this year. And a country music icon is in the house. Kinda. Trisha Yearwood is joining us live to talk on her brand new cookbook. Here we go.
Let's make it a good day. We do it our own way. Let's make it a good day. Oh, no matter what they say. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Good morning, Hopkins. Good morning, Two Harbors. Good morning, Vancouver Island. And good morning to you. Welcome to the Jason Show. I'm Jace. Please say hello to my sidekick sister from another mister and Am I Gone Funeral Homes Employee of the Month,
Oh my
Kendall
gosh.
Mark, everyone.
Hi.
How you doing?
I always thought that'd be a really hard job.
What?
Working at a funeral home, I always thought that'd be a really hard job.
Way to bring the party down.
You started it!
I love to blame you for things I do. Gosh, Kendall, why do you have to be such a Debbie Downer?
So often.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thanks, Jason. How are you?
I'm doing great. You look lovely today. I like that. I like the whole ensemble.
This whole thing I've got
The whole
going
thing
on.
you got going on. You know
Thank
who I
you.
also like, Kendall?
Who?
Our virtual audience. Let's say hi to them today. We have Chrissy and Annette. Good morning, ladies.
Morning.
Morning.
Chrissy, what a beautiful backyard you have. Where are you phoning in from?
Thank you. 4 miles away.
Oh, 4 miles. Oh, okay.
The-
Well, we'll be right over.
It's
Okay, we're
yep.
okay.
I almost set up in the parking lot.
Oh, you almost. We're having audio problems. We'll come back to you guys in a little bit. She said she almost just came to the parking lot. We should just
why
have them
not?
camp out. Thank you, ladies. We'll have fun with you a little bit. It's okay. Okay, director, come back to me. There we go. Okay.
Zoom, I tell ya.
Okay. I honestly, that brings me to. I can't wait. I love the virtual audience. I can't wait until our president, Marion, Mim, Davy, Kessler, Carrington, Colby, allows the audience back, which hopefully will be soon. Hopefully soon. And it's not even her, it's corporate. But
Right.
we're working on it. And that, I bring her up for a reason. A little bit of personal news. I'll make this as brief as humanly possible. I'll just cut to the chase. I think we have video of it. She wanted to record this. There I am. That is the office of Marion, Mim, Davy, Kessler, Carrington, Colby. That's her big office up in the tower. We ran past the gargoyle and we went in, and I am. I'm signing a contract, Kendall. You're stuck with me for another 2 years. Okay, Kendall, this is where you're supposed to say, I'm glad, Jason, but suddenly you've gone mute.
Oh, no.
The hell?
I was just admiring that you put the hat in front of you like a real football, NFL, college, or NFL team signing.
I have no idea what you just said.
Well, in college, they have the hat with them when they sign on to which college they're going to be playing for.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I was admiring your setup.
They actually did want me to that's what they said. They wanted to make it like a signing. I'm like, I'm nobody. I'm not Tom Brady. But they're sports people up there. They love the sports. So they wanted me to put the hat on,
Yeah.
and they should know I've worked for Kim Jong-un since 1997. I don't do hats.
Oh, right.
No hat fits me. I have physically a giant cranium. So, yeah.
I'm also doing the math and thinking about the fact that all of us are now signing 2-year contracts. So we are all on you. My life is up to you.
Yes. And I love it that way. No, here's the real deal. And I think, all kidding aside for a second, and I think I kind of had a relatable moment. If you follow me on social media, you saw the post. If I can just be serious for just a second. I know it's hard to tell with me. But, I really wasn't sure if I was going to resign. And I'm not saying that like I wrote in the post. It's not a negotiating thing, a game. Grace, I call her Grace, but Mim is always very straightforward. I don't need to play games with her, to be very honest with you. It's all for fun. You know, when I make fun of her here, it's all for fun. But I wasn't really sure. Like a lot of you, I'm sure, you know, the pandemic and the shutdowns and everything make you reevaluate things. And I'm coming to a point where this year marks 15 years that I've been doing 2 jobs. I've been doing this and then the radio show, plus my obligations to Betty and Earl's and other things. And it just got to a point where I don't know, you know, you have to reevaluate. Is this where you want to be? Is this what you want to do? Is this where you want the next chapter to be? Lord have mercy knows. Lord knows I'm grateful. This is what I always wanted to do. It's not a matter of complaining or not being grateful. To have these platforms every day, I'm eternally grateful. But it just, the truth of the matter is balancing the show and family. And, you know, I go home and, you know, Colin doesn't get the best of me. You know, you guys really do, and I get home and I say 4 words. So it's just about balancing everything out. But for right now, in my time of thinking, I realize this is where I want to be. This is where I should be. So, you know, this will take us to season 9. I'll probably do season 10, and then we'll see. We'll go from there. But I'm grateful to Fox. I'm grateful to My Talk. And what the final thing wasn't the offer. It was thinking about the crew. And I really mean this. We've had so much fun, really, as of lately. We've really gelled behind the scenes like we haven't ever. I mean, we're just in a really good groove. And I can't imagine not coming into work every day and seeing you and seeing Jeff and laughing with Eric and Tyler and Ted and Leo. We have the best crew, and they're legitimately my friends, and I don't want to leave them, and I don't want to leave you. So thanks for watching back then. Thanks for watching now, and thanks in advance. It means a great deal to me. So let's get started on my new contract. Roll it, roll it. It's the first hot dish of the new contract. I don't have it. My spoon's down there, and I'm too old to get down there.
It's hard.
Is there someone young that can? The real life drama continues to unfold on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Now, I know, even if you don't watch it, this is like a banana split. There's something for everybody. The women continue to question Erica Jane about the scandal, you guys know this, about her soon-to-be ex-husband. And every time this episode happens, things get more confusing. Watch.
They have agreed to let Tom's brother be his conservator.
He was in a bad car accident and unconscious for 12 hours.
Allegedly, yeah.
You're the one who told us this information. So why are you saying allegedly?
I was only asking questions.
Why are you speaking to me? I have nothing to say to you.
Okay, Miss Small Town.
That's you, honey.
Girl.
Small-minded.
I wouldn't be attacking anybody if I was Erica, but that's just me. Erica continues to go after Sutton for even questioning her. I'm not going to go into that too much. You guys know where I stand. Oh, and there's Garcelle. Team Garcelle forever. Always. I love you, Garcelle. I love you. I don't care what. Always Team Garcelle. Even more drama was happening live on Andy Cohen's Watch What Happens Live. Sutton was the guest and decided to call out fellow housewife Lisa Rinna live on the show, and we definitely need this.
Oh, no, she didn't.
She did. Andy asked if Lisa Rinna was being petty when she said she was upset that Garcelle didn't thank her for some homemade spaghetti sauce. Did I just read that?
I think so.
Did I just read that?
I think that was real life, yeah.
Well, Sutton had something to say on that.
A few years ago, this is really bad. Okay, I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
So a few years ago, Harry and Lisa both came. I invited them to the Elton John gala.
Okay.
And they came with me as my guest. I never got a thank you.
Lisa Rinna just posted on her story to you that they did not come as your guests, that Elton invited them.
Okay, see, we're gonna have words about this.
Okay, because you told me during the commercial break that they were $10,000 tickets, so did
Yes.
you? Yes.
I purchased them for them.
You purchased 3 $10,000 tickets.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Well, and I had other people with me as well.
You bought a table.
Yes.
Okay, fun for us, petty for them. It is petty, but here's the deal in life. When you are arguing about stuff like that, I call them umbrella issues, there's an umbrella issue going on. When you have, because Sutton has sick money. I call it sick money. The 30,000 isn't nothing. She's feeling ungrateful. That's what's underneath all that.
Right, and it was a long time ago from what she said, too. It was like, oh, this was a while ago.
Next up, we showed you the teaser to the trailer yesterday. Well, guess what? Today, we're getting the full trailer. Yesterday was just the tease. The trailer for the upcoming Netflix documentary about the battle over Britney Spears. Look at this.
No one would talk.
I'm not going to acknowledge that I was ever brought in to evaluate Britney Spears.
Until they did. Someone very close to the conservatorship leaked me this confidential report.
Britney had to go into court 1,000,000 times, all of these hours of criticizing her.
It's an epic fail of the legal system that this has gone on for so long.
How do you get out?
You don't get out. Until you scream.
I deserve to have the same rights as anybody does. It's been 13 years and it's enough.
Britney versus Spears comes out on Netflix on Tuesday. I guess Brit doesn't like it, doesn't like the documentary, doesn't like being the focus of it. I don't know. These folks, they did that Ronan Farrow or the Mia Farrow, Woody Allen one on HBO. Right. That was well done and classy and not scandalous and, Inside Edition-ish. No offense to Deborah Norville. But why do I care about that? Anyway, I'm looking forward to this bottom line. You?
Yeah, and I've read a little bit about that too, that they've said we're not using any photos or video of some of that scandal making stuff because we just want this to be about what has happened to her and not that salacious bit.
But I will tell you, I'm 7.5 seconds away from being done with this.
I know.
Britney's free. Let's be done with Britney. I'm kind of almost there.
Time to just take a nap.
Now watch, on Monday we'll do another Britney story. We have an hour to fill. We'll be right back with the rest of that hour right after these words. Back in a moment, everybody. Coming up, more hot topics, more hot dish. Dax Holt is here with the dish on his chat with comedian Lisa Lampanelli. What was the catalyst for the change in her comedy routine? He'll give us the 411. Then, she's country music royalty and a royal in the kitchen. Trisha Yearwood will join me live to give us a sneak peek at her brand new cookbook that's all about easy comfort food. And we're keeping with the cooking theme when our foodie queen, Stephanie Hansen, joins us live from Viva Las Vegas. What is she doing there? You'll find out when The Jason Show continues.
It's a major hit. You're great in it. I'll tell you who's fantastic. Selena Gomez.
Unbelievable.
Selena Gomez is fantastic. Yeah.
I'm also in it.
You are.
Steve's in it. Let's go back. Steve's great. Selena's great.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
She is fantastic. She came in our trailer for the first time, and she said, "Gee, it smells like Grandma's house."
Aw, that's sweet,
Yeah.
Now, she's an amazing actress, and this is how I know she's a great actress, because when she met us, she acted like she knew us.
The nice thing about Selena, she lays out our pills for us in the morning.
I mean, this is...
Very important. By the way, that's an important role that Kendall plays on this show, right, Kendall?
You said it.
People don't know that. You lay out all you got me one of those Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday little containers.
He forgets the Thursdays otherwise.
That's right. Sometimes I do forget. Jathan, take your vitamin E. Steve Martin and Martin Short talking about Selena Gomez on The Tonight Show. That show's good. That only murders.
Oh, yeah, you love it.
Yeah, well, I capital L like it. I don't love it. Like Knots Landing, but I like it. Yeah. Our hot dish continues now with our Insider to the Stars. Please welcome back to the show from the Hollywood Raw podcast, Dax Holt. Good morning, Dax.
Good morning, Jason. How you doing today?
Good. I'm going to shut my mouth because you interviewed one of my favorite people, and I actually have a story about her, Lisa Lampanelli. What can you tell me?
Oh my God, I love Lisa. I've known her for like, I don't know, 15 years, excuse me, or something like that. She is so funny. I knew her when she was obviously the queen of mean on all of the roast, just destroying everyone.
Yeah.
I met her back at the TMZ days, and she stopped by the podcast, and we talked all about, because if you followed her career, she has now transitioned. She is out of comedy. She's not doing stand-up anymore. She is now the queen of meaning. So she has changed her life. And, we asked her about that transition. Like, do you ever feel bad or do you have remorse or regret about, some of the jokes you said? And she goes, yeah, I didn't want to ever hurt anyone. My whole thing was like, I kind of just went after everyone. So there wasn't, a group that could really be mad at me. And she goes, I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just wanted to make everyone laugh. And she said, I somehow avoided the whole cancel culture because you would have think today's age she would be canceled. Yeah, I mean, her jokes were so vulgar, so over the top that she would have been canceled. But she's like, I kind of avoided that. I stepped out of comedy before that really started happening. But we got into the roasts because that was what she was really known for.
Yeah.
She roasted Donald Trump and Justin Bieber and on and on and on, and said, so what were the topics that you weren't allowed to discuss during a roast? And I thought that conversation was very fascinating. And I guess Donald Trump's off-limit topics were bankruptcies and his finances.
Oh, interesting. Any other anything with the Biebs or any other off-topic?
William Shatner, his stipulation was no talking about. Do you remember his wife passed away? She drowned in a pool.
Yeah.
That was off-topic. And then Pam Anderson, a couple of her medical issues were off-topic.
Oh, but that's an interesting little behind-the-scenes aspect of that.
Right, I thought so too. I mean, you always hear about the jokes and all this, but then you kind of wonder, well, what are they not allowed to talk about? Because it kind of seems like everything's on the plate for these roasts.
She seems happier, Dax. I've seen her in some interviews. She seems, lighter. Physically, many years ago, she got, healthier and had a commitment to losing weight. But she just seems lighter in spirit.
She said that, she goes, comedy wasn't doing it for me anymore. She said, I wasn't happy. She seemed happy on stage and she was making everyone laugh, and you would think that fulfilled her, but she said, I just wasn't truly happy. And so that's why I needed to walk away from comedy and stand up. And, she said that she does have a new podcast, and in that podcast, she will kind of roast some of her, the podcast is Losers with a Dream. And she will roast her fellow hosts on that show. And so I'm like, okay, well, I need to tune in, because if you're roasting, I'm there.
Dax, she was here in Minnesota. This was about 12 years ago. And I was sitting in the front row, and I was coming to the end of my relationship before Colin. I was still attached, but the relationship was basically over. And I had asked another guy to go with me to Lisa's show. Well, I was in the front row, Dax, and she pegged me. Like I was her target for that show.
That's the one person you don't want to be at a Lisa show, the target.
So I was her, she didn't know me from Adam, but for whatever reason, I was her target, because she was like, where are the gays? And she looks down and she goes, well, you're obviously one. And then she started talking to the guy that I was with that wasn't my significant other. Well, the newspaper columnist, the gossip columnist, was in the audience and wrote about it, that I was in the audience of Lisa Lampanelli with a mystery person. And it got me in it fast forwarded to the end of my previous relationship. Let's just say that.
She is so funny. She cracks me up. And this podcast, come listen to the Hollywood Raw full interview. It's so good. I think you love it. Hey, and congrats. I saw you re-signed for another 2 years. So another 2 years of this?
Yes, another 2 years. I know, yes. Another 2 years with Dax. So I can't wait to, really, we got to go. But Dax, I just wanted to tell you, let me look at the calendar. A week from right now, I'm taking the crew to Disney World, and we're doing a little VIP tour. I just want to leave you with that, Dax.
Okay, so what time did you plan my flight to arrive? Let me check my messages. Yeah, I don't see my ticket yet. That's weird.
Oh, check the Delta app later, Dax. Check it later. Bye, buddy. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
You can find the Hollywood Raw podcast wherever you get your podcasts. More Dish for you now. Ready or not, Kendall, hold on to your wigs and keys, okay?
Okay.
Hallmark is ready to count down to Christmas. Too bad Ted's not here this week. The network just announced not 4, not 12, not 20, 41 new Christmas movies I love when the crew laughs. How many? 41 that will premiere this year. That is a record. That's the most ever. Stars like Lacey Chabert, Candace, Cameron Bure, Tamara Mowry will be returning this year, likely playing a small-town bakery owner looking for love with a big-city businessman.
How'd you know?
Well, because they're all that basic plot. The movies will air on the Hallmark Channel and on Hallmark Movies and Mysteries. The first movie will air October 22nd. Oh, it is, we love this. If you're new to us, this is our favorite time of year because we force our producer Ted to watch all of them.
Coerce.
He gleefully watches all of them and reviews them.
He loves
I love this time of year. Let's talk to the audience. Okay, Annette, you're in Minneapolis, and I hear you have a little shout out that you want to do.
Yes.
Well, go right ahead. The floor is yours.
Happy birthday to my husband, Jeff, for 15 years.
Well, happy birthday to the hubby. We wish him the best of birthdays. And finally, Christina, I know we're having audio problems, but Christina said, yeah, I hear you want to take us camping in a tent.
I do.
Okay, no. No, I'm just joking. No, with you I would. Kendall wants to take me camping. So maybe if the three of us go, do you have camping equipment?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we are now professionals.
Okay. Maybe. Are we staying in a tent or like a camper?
That would be camping.
No,
in
a tent.
Yeah.
Okay. What about animals? Is it animal resistant?
Put your food away.
That's not reassuring, Chrissy. Thank you.
I haven't seen any problems.
Oh, as of yet. Thank you, Chrissy. No. I don't want. She got ready to say one time. No. Oh, she just said, oh, I cut her off. She said one bear. She can't. No. I shan't.
I told you about that issue with the one time that I went camping and we saw like the scat and there were a bunch of wolves on the island with us.
I honestly don't even know what you just said.
Well, look it up. But we found out there was fresh scat. You know what that means. And it was from wolves and we were on an island.
The only scat I know is Scat Cat with Paula Abdul.
That's why we get along.
Great video. It's a fantastic video. Next up, Sunday night's Emmy Awards were a rating success, but the producers aren't happy about everything that happened at the show. Imagine that, producers that aren't happy. Two of the producers talked to Variety, slamming presenter Seth Rogen's jokes about the ceremony not being, quote, COVID safe. The producers said they worked for months to make sure everyone would be protected. They even wrote new material for Cedric the Entertainer, the host, saying, having him basically contradict what Seth had said at the beginning. Producers also criticized the creator and director of The Queen's Gambit for repeatedly ignoring the rap music during his acceptance speech. They called it disrespectful to the other winners who had to shorten their speeches to fit him in. Yeah, they clocked it. He talked for like 4 or 5 minutes.
You're joking.
No, I'm not. That's really, really disrespectful to everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it did go on and on. As far as Seth, I mean, I kind of have a hot take. I mean, I'm probably in the minority in this. Seth went to rehearsals. He knew what the protocol was. He's a comedian. He's there to make jokes. Now, look, if they didn't take all the precautions and they did, then that's the issue. But Seth did what you hired him to do. He's a comedian making jokes. And if I were the producers, I would be sitting fat and happy, excited that you produced a show that bucked the rating trend. That's what you should be focused on.
Mm-hmm.
We're in an era that people can't even make jokes, for heaven's sake. Why did I say it like that?
Ugh.
Sure. We'll be right back with Scat Cat and Paula Abdul right after this. You got to see that video. Google that right now. Opposites attract.
She's in love with the boy. She's in love with the boy. And even if they have to run away, she's gonna marry that boy someday.
Oh, I love it. This year marks 30 years since Trisha Yearwood hit #1 with her debut single. These days, Trisha hosts a everybody I know loves it, cooking show on the Food Network, and she's out with a new cookbook called Trisha's Kitchen, easy comfort food for family and friends. Give it up for country music icon, Trisha Yearwood. Good morning.
Good morning.
How does it, I want to spend all the time with you in cooking because I love your books, but when you heard me say 30 years since that single, what ran through your mind?
Like really? I know. I almost didn't want to celebrate. I'm like, do we really want to tell people it's been 30 years? But I'm proud of it. You know, it's a song that continues to have a life, and the kids who weren't even born when that song came out somehow know it, so I'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Trisha, let's get to the food. What is in front of you? That looks amazing.
This is something that I thought would be really easy. This is called a Galaxy donut, and this is in the book. It's something that's really fun to make with kids. You don't have to make homemade donuts, although you can. Those aren't hard to make either. But you can use store-bought, which is what I have today. And you just have frosting, and you put food coloring in. You twist out the donut, and then everyone's different. And then I use some edible glitter, which you can buy at food service stores. Don't buy craft glitter. Don't eat glitter, guys. And feel like I need to say that. And then you can just make it look however you want. And they're just fun and they're easy. Kids love to make them and they look cute. You know, I'm all about stuff that looks like it was hard to make, but it's not.
What's the theme of this book, Trisha? Because like I said, I love your show. My family's all from the South. I own a biscuit restaurant. I mean, I adore you. What is this one about?
It's really, to me, it's kind of the combination of everything I've learned from childhood. There's my grandma's, you know, high-rise biscuits in there, all the way to new things that I've created in the last year, being at home, you know, like everybody else was, and trying to figure out new spins on old recipes, like a chicken pot pie burger that's a spin out of a chicken pot pie that my mom used to make all the time. So it's a little bit of everything. And really, I wanted to make sure that it was simple and easy were somewhere in the title because I'm a home cook and I think most people cook like I do. So I want to make it as easy as possible and encourage people to get in the kitchen and use those exotic salt and pepper spices and make some good food.
Did you say chicken? Did you say pot pie burger? What is that?
I did. It's so, it will blow your mind because you saute the vegetables that are in a chicken pot pie, like carrots and celery and onion, and then you put it in ground chicken, make the burger, and then put it on a bun, and then your gravy and the stuff that's in the pot pie is a white gravy with the peas that are always in there. I can't even talk about it right now. I haven't eaten yet today, so.
I haven't either, and that's making me hungry. You mentioned biscuits, and I said, you know, my papa made good old Kentucky biscuits. And people, you know, there was a New York Times article talking about how nobody can make a good biscuit because people think they're easy, but they're actually not because it's about technique. What do you think is the #1 trick for folks trying to make a biscuit?
I think the #1 trick is to handle the dough as little as possible.
Yep.
You know that because, you know, it's like you think, oh, I'm going to need this. I'm going to make it really smooth. You're making that dough tougher and tougher when you do that. So if you can get that dough together with as little effort as possible and cut those biscuits out and get them in the oven, the least amount of effort, then you're going to have a more tender biscuit. And that's just the key. In fact, my young nephew, Brett, who's in this new book, he's 21 years old. He comes to visit and he made my dad's biscuits, 3 ingredients. And he made the biscuits one morning and I'm like, these are better than mine. And I realized that he was just throwing it together, getting them done, putting them in the oven, and not handling the dough as much as I was. So I learned something from the kid.
I love it. Yeah, that is. People ask me all the time, and that's it. Hey, tell me about, you're doing a virtual event with our friends here at Mall of America. What's happening with that?
Well, I've been to Mall of America so many times, and I love it so much. And usually when I have a cookbook, I'm there. So with the pandemic, it's all different this time around. But we're trying to make it as inclusive as we can. It's virtual. When you buy a ticket, you get a book. And it's going to be like a Facebook Live, so you can talk and ask questions, and we'll talk to you and hopefully make it as personal as we possibly can. I wish we could hug everybody and take a picture with everybody, but we just can't do that right now. So, but I think it's going to be cool, and we're going to make some food. I think your night is every girl's night, and we're going to make some nachos with some Hatch green chilies. That was inspired from a tour date out in Arizona that Garth and I did, and they gave us a case of Hatch chilies, which are like really amazing, and got to figure out what you're going to make with them. So that's how that recipe came about.
Trisha, at this point in your career, I was wondering, with, I'm sure at different points, people that come up to you at events and on the street ask you about different things depending on what's popping at the moment. Right now, because of your success with cooking as well as music, what right now do people, what do people come up to? What do folks say to you the most right now or ask you the most about?
Probably about the show. I mean, Garth is funny. He would tell you that we'll go to the grocery store and somebody really will stop me in the grocery store and say, I love your recipes, but my husband's diabetic. Can you show me how to make this without sugar? And I'm like, yes, let me take you over here and show you this and this. And he's like, and it's really funny. It's like, well, that's my husband. If you like to say hi to him, they're like, yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
So it's kind of fun. And the show has made, as much as music, has been a part of my life for 30 years, the show has really kind of taken things up to another level. Sometimes people in a store will see me and think that's not her, but then when they hear me talk, because they've heard me talk on TV so much, they're like, oh yeah, that's Trisha.
Well, the next time you're at Mall of America, I'll take you to my biscuit place, okay, Trisha?
Okay, that sounds wonderful.
Done. Trisha Yearwood, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jason.
Her cookbook is called Trisha's Kitchen, Easy Comfort Food for Friends and Family. As she mentioned, the virtual book tour is happening next Wednesday, September 29th, starting at 6:30. Go to mallovamerica.com for more info. We're going to take a break. She was delightful. Delightful. I want to be her friend. We'll be right back in a moment. People asking her questions in the supermarket. See the USA in your Chevrolet. Remember that? Welcome back. It's the ultimate way to see our beautiful country, a good old road trip. Our foodie friend Stephanie Hansen just drove from the Twin Cities to Viva Las Vegas, documenting the sights and food that she enjoyed along the way. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us live from Las Vegas this morning with more, Viva La Stephanie Hansen. Good morning, Steph.
Good morning. I'm in the bathroom. How is it?
I'm sorry.
It's the best light.
I'm sorry. You're where?
I'm in the bathroom at the hotel because it's the best light.
Why are you whispering? Is this a hostage situation? Wink once.
Am I whispering?
Wink once in your left eye if you need us to call somebody. Okay. You're in the bathroom because it's the best light?
Yes, because otherwise I looked too dark.
Okay, Steph. Let's talk. Now you've documented your road trips before on our show. Why this route? Why? I know I've been to Vegas with you actually, but why Vegas? Let me start there.
Yeah, my husband has a real affinity for Las Vegas. He ran a nightclub here in the 80s, so he kind of likes to get his history on there. He also is working on a book about Vegas, so he needed to come back and do a little bit of research. And Vegas is just fun, and it's a great place to eat. There's lots of stuff to do. There's the Pinball Museum, there's the Neon Museum. I mean, it's just full of crazy people and fun stuff to do.
And you were in the Winnebago, right, Steph?
We were. If you remember, on your show the last time, we had our cute Wonder Bread van, and we upgraded to a Winnebago, so we've been driving around the country. It's a Class B van. It's really comfortable. Has a queen-size bed and a refrigerator and a couple of seats, and it's pretty great.
Look at you. Okay, your first stop was in Laverne, Minnesota. What are we looking at here?
I'd never really spent much time in southern Minnesota, and there's a state park there called Blue Mounds. And there's a great brewery there called Take 16. There is a buffalo herd there, and they're technically called bison. There's like 110 of them there. And it's the original prairie. So if you can imagine what it would feel like to be a Little House on the Prairie, Laura Ingalls, that's what we felt like when we hiked through Laverne.
Really? The pictures are beautiful. That last photo there, that is gorgeous.
You know what else is weird, Jace? They have prickly pear there, like those cactus that grow out of the ground that are super prickly.
Yeah.
I've seen them all over the desert. I had no idea we had them in Minnesota, but apparently we do in the South.
Next, you went through South Dakota to Boulder, Colorado. What are we looking at here?
Okay, Boulder, Colorado is amazing. It's a college town. The marijuana is legal there, so we did go into a couple of dispensaries to get some back cream, which was funny. What you're looking at
I'm sorry,
here
wait a minute. You went to get some back cream?
Yes, because it's got THC and CBD oil in it, and it's supposedly really good for muscle inflammation. But that's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
What you're seeing a place called Snarf Burger that was super good, and a lot of the college kids went. A lot of these places were located on Pearl Street. We stayed at a really cute place that was called Boulder, Colorado Base Camp, and it was set up like a camp inside the room with wool blankets and lanterns. It was super cute.
Okay, Aspen, Colorado. Let's talk about that.
Just the most incredible place in the world. It's so beautiful there. It's a pretty small town, but right outside of the town where there's great food and drinks, there's really incredible hiking. And there's a campground there called the Difficult Campground, which is one of the most beautiful campgrounds I've ever been to. The aspen trees this time of year are so beautiful. It's just, Aspen is a really civilized, great place because you can hike like 7 miles and then walk to the John Denver Sanctuary and see flowers, and then go get a $42 Wagyu beef burger at this super cute French bistro.
Yeah, I was going to say, you told the producers about this burger. Let's look at it. I think we have a picture. What is this stuff?
It's a Wagyu beef burger. So that's like a special Japanese beef that they feed the cow different food so that the beef is like super buttery and tender. It was on a brioche bun that was buttered. That was fantastic. So I couldn't tell if it was the bun I was loving or the beef. You know, I'm not going to spend $42 again probably for a Wagyu beef burger, but when in Rome, try it once, right?
That's
we
right.
liked it.
More from Stephanie Hansen live in a bathroom, Utah to Las Vegas when we return. Back in a moment. We have. Welcome back. Ooh, look at that beautiful fancy shot by Eric. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're road tripping with our foodie friend Stephanie Hansen from stephaniesdish.com. She joins us again from a public restroom right outside the Sunset Strip, or the Las Vegas Strip. It's not.
Don't put it past me.
That's right. Steph, that's not a public restroom, right? That's actually your restroom.
It is. It is.
Okay, I just want to make sure for your safety. Okay, so after Colorado, we have you had some Utah adventures. Talk to me.
Okay, Utah is a real weird place, and I say that in a good way. It's like outer space when you drive into the state, because there's just so many rocks. Like, it's just rocks everywhere, and you feel like you're the only person in this place. And the campgrounds there are fantastic. The hiking's wonderful. Just the sheer like beauty and enormity of it all is really incredible in Utah. I've loved hiking there. It's just really, it's unbelievable that there's places that exist like this in the United States. Cassidy Arches is so beautiful. Capitol Reef is amazing. There's petroglyphs, which are cave drawings, and it's incredible that you can just drive to all these places in the United States, and it's just one glorious, beautiful thing after another.
What about Bryce Canyon?
It's my new favorite. Like, I knew nothing about it. It's such a great place to hike. It's got these things that are called hoodoos, and I'm not a geologist, obviously, but some kind of way that the rock formations are, they can be 10 feet high, just sticking up these weird rock formations that you're climbing through. And then they create these little windows from erosion that, look at that. It's like a little picture that you can see through. They're just so cool.
Now let's move to Vegas, where you currently are. French 75. Talk to me about this.
Oh, have you had these with me? I mean, this is like, if you know I'm in my happy place, it's a French 75. It's got gin, simple syrup, a little lemon juice. And if you see me with a French 75, you know I'm super happy. Jace, I went to somewhere else cool last night too. There's a whole like Chinatown in Las Vegas that I'd never been to. And we had these Korean hot dogs that were like hot dogs, cheese, then they were battered like a Prano Pup and then rolled in panko crumbs and then fried with there was a squid ink one that we ate. It had Kewpie mayo and ketchup. I'd never really had anything like it. It was amazing. I can't believe it's not at the State Fair.
Really?
Yeah, so good.
Hey.
And then they also had this weird soft serve that had like a pile of custard then soft serve on top, then coconut shavings, then a macaroon. And it was like the creamiest Korean ice cream I've ever had in my whole life. There's this whole like just great snacks that they're making that are kids from Korea.
The French 75 drink, tell the folks where you can get that. We didn't cover that.
You can pretty much get it anywhere. I got that one at Mona V. Gabby, but you can also get them at Meritage in town. You can get them at your favorite bar. You just ask them if they know how to make it. Most of them do. It's just, you know, it's gin, simple syrup, lemon juice, and then a little bubbly on top.
Steph, when you're not in your bathroom and when you're exploring Vegas, I know a lot of folks, whether they're watching in Washington or Iowa or Wisconsin or Minnesota, they might be planning a trip to Vegas. What is it like there now? I know I was there in 2020 at the end, and there was a lot of still masking at pools and et cetera. What's it like right now?
It's 100% masked everywhere you go. It feels very safe to me. It is less crowded, a lot less crowded than normal. So even when you're walking outside on the skyways or walking out on the sidewalks, it doesn't feel super crowded. Everybody is very conscientious. The hotels have masks and hand sanitizer every time you walk in. I feel really quite good about it. You know, I personally am vaccinated, so that makes me have a little bit of confidence, but it's no problem putting a mask on, and it's 90 degrees, it's hot, it's lovely. And I'm glad to see the hospitality folks are getting back to work. There's actually been some weddings, some conferences here. People have really struggled in Vegas because it is primarily a tourist town. And I'm glad that everybody's just getting back to work, and we're getting back to the things we love of traveling. I love traveling. I met so many great people along the way in the van, and Vegas is a favorite spot, so I'm really glad to be back.
Is that your bathtub behind you, Steph?
Yes.
Well, I have some good news. You've been gone, so you don't know. Steph, you made our new opening credits for season 7. There's a clip of you, in a restroom outside of Wisconsin. I'm just joking. No.
I was like, wait, was I there? I don't know. It could have been.
Yeah, what is it? Oh, it's you holding a giant zucchini. So every day.
Oh, well.
Every day.
You know, I hold giant zucchinis a lot.
Well, on that note, ladies and gentlemen, everything Stephanie talked about this morning is on our website, stephaniesdish.com. We'll be posting the segment on our Facebook page, Jason Show TV. We should just do a segment, just an ongoing segment of interviews in bathrooms. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Where are you coming to us from? My bathroom. Welcome back, my dear friends. One of my little helpful hints, if you go to Vegas, all of you watching, inside the Cosmopolitan, I believe, like on floor 3 or 4, there's a place called Secret Pizza. It really doesn't have a name, but it's at the end of this long hallway with no signage or anything, and it has the best New York style pizza right there in Vegas.
Is it cheap?
Yeah, it's really cheap.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's a great late night place to go if you catch my meeting. Yeah.
And you're like, it's inexpensive.
That's right, and it's a giant pizza that I will eat until 4 o'clock in the morning. There we go. We're going to take a break. We'll wrap things up with our audience and you right after this. Back in a moment, friends. It's really good. Yeah, Secret Pizza. Welcome back, everyone. Let's say goodbye to our audience, Annette and Chrissy. Ladies, thank you so much for joining us. Enjoy that free mug, and we can't wait to welcome the audience back here in the studio. Well, yesterday, Kendall had a really exciting day. You know, we're the home of the Vikings. We have a great partnership with the Minnesota Vikings. We're doing some promotion, some commercials, and you shot one yesterday.
Yes, Shane and I got to, well, a lot of people got to go, but she was my partner yesterday, so
look at that
poor
pose.
Shane had to take like 37,000 photos of me. I was like, can we do like 5 more? Can we do like a couple in this lighting? It was really cool just walking down on in the stands. Executive producer Jeff is currently making fun of me right now. And so you can see this beautiful photo of me. Now you can see Jason impersonating this beautiful photo of me. I'm sorry. I felt like things looked pretty good. You look great. You need me to tell you when you need to wrap since you lost your IFB while trying
I don't
to
have
make
an
fun of me?
earpiece. It fell out.
While trying to make fun of me, you lost your IFB.
There we go.
30 seconds, Jason.
There we go.
If you'd like to tell everyone what's going on tomorrow.
No, I'm just going to stand like this for the rest of the day.
Look at him model. Look at him.
Go out there and be yourself because nobody can tell you you're doing it wrong. Everybody stand like Kendall today.
Stand
And
naturally.
send us a picture, will you? Bye, everybody.